at the peak of the banking sector reform of the central bank back then. A journey to the present. We'll look at the future of this agency as well. And bringing up the rear of the program today on the final lap, we'll review the market week we just finished and take a look at what lies in the full second trading week in the month of August. Now let's get to understand a little bit more about today's quotation of UPDC. That's the real estate company listed on the NSE, floating or quoting is 17 billion naira thereabout commercial papers on FMDQ-Otc Securities Exchange. Let's get across to Kodi Ugoji, who is Vice President and Divisional Head Strategy and Corporate Services at FMDQ. Kodi, good morning. Thanks for coming through on the program.
Good morning, Boston.
Well, thank you. We guess this quotation is currently underway as we speak. Talk to us about the importance of this commercial paper listing, the second in the new year.
Okay. Yes, you're right. The ceremony has just started at 10 o'clock. And it's, like you said, the UPDC commercial paper being quoted on FMDQ-Otc Securities Exchange. Why this CP? I mean, obviously, we know that there's a dearth of housing in Nigeria, of housing facilities in Nigeria, and therefore we encourage every mortgage-related, housing-related type project, because that will be beneficial to the economy as a whole. UPDC is doing just that. They're the UACN Property Development Company. And today, they have just quoted $16.8 billion worth of CP on FMDQ-Otc Securities Exchange.
I'm sure a few months ago, Nigeria Mortgage Refinancing company called the NMRC also came to do listing on the FMDQ-Otc Securities Exchange. Looks like your exchange is becoming the home now for real estate, housing provision, housing finance, or mortgage finance in Nigeria.
Yes, Boston. Indeed, NMRC listed a bond also on FMDQ-Otc Securities Exchange, and it's one of our mandate basically is to develop the Nigerian financial market. And in developing the financial market and the economy as a whole, we can't overlook a major sector such as housing. So yes, we're very happy to have admitted NMRC's bond and today UPDC's CP.
Well, in terms of commercial papers, we understand the central bank recently ordered all commercial papers to be listed on your securities exchange or on securities exchanges and say, look, you can't trade those papers. You have to list them on a securities exchange. And it looks like with what we're having today. But what are the benefits of listing CPs on your exchange?
Okay, I'll just start with, yes, the CBN actually came up with a circular last month directing its banks, its supervisees, basically to ensure that they do not participate in any CPs that is not quoted on a securities exchange, an approved securities exchange. And for now, FMDQ is the only approved securities exchange. And why is this important? A bit of history probably help. Some years back, CPs have always been in this market, as we all know. And we've had cases where investors have invested in CPs where they don't know much about. There was no information, there was no transparency, there was no governance. FMDQ has brought all of this now in quoting commercial papers. So basically, we bring visibility, we bring governance to it. There's a process to get quoted on FMDQ. We make sure that we do our due diligence to get you quoted on FMDQ. Apart from that, we provide a lot of information. If you go to our website, you'll see information on all the CPs quoted on FMDQ, things that you probably couldn't get in the previously opaque market. You can now get all that information on FMDQ, making sure that investors have adequate information to make investments and in the long run, protecting investors. So that's really the benefit of quoting on FMDQ.
We really appreciate those comments and insights into what's currently going on now at your exchange, at the FMDQ-Otc Securities Exchange. Thank you very much, Cody Ugoji. Congratulations, Vice President and Divisional Head in charge of Strategy and Corporate Services at FMDQ-Otc Securities Exchange. Let's continue the market round for the week. We just finished from the FMDQ, looking at the treasuries market. Very aggressive trading week at the second window, again because the central bank was aggressive Monday through to Friday at the open market operations and the primary market auction. So at the second window, 532 final trading deals on Friday, 144.21 billion naira. That's quite aggressive. Investors were really aggressive on treasury bills maturing in the month of August and entirely the year in half as we speak. 18th of August 2016, bills maturing. 231 deals, 61 billion. That's quite aggressive for a single trading day. That was Friday, the 5th of August. Checking through the bond market, a lackluster trading Friday. 2.69 billion in summary. Just 9 deals. The top of that, 1.36 billion in just 2 deals. That's the bond maturing 22nd of January 2026. That's the bond space. Let's check through the stock markets. We finished off negative 2.09% in the week we just finished. The market still below 30,000 psychological level. The numbers in red. We've lost the 10 trillion naira market cap a long time ago. 9.41 trillion on Friday. The market shaved off more than 120 billion naira in the week we just finished. Investors were really unhappy with the quarterly numbers they get from listed companies, from big names such as Nestle and the largest company on the market, Dangote Cement. Investors' appetite were dampened and the market took a beating. Look at other market indices. Volume 1.18 billion for the week. Value 13 billion. Deals less than 20,000. But if you look at the interbank market, the market was really also unhappy because of lack of liquidity at the marketplace. These are some of the stories we'll be talking about with Rotimi Fakaijo at about 10:48, 10:50. In a few minutes, we'll be back with you to discuss investing in energy. Why is Transcorp handing off $1 billion new investments?